What's up? I'm here. Welcome to whatever the fuck whatever this is at this point. Corn fed with Dalton. Well, the name of the channel is Corn Fed with Dalton Pruitt, and it is I, the titular eponymous Dalton Pruitt. Um, folks, it's cool that people subscribe to the things I do and enjoy listening to me say nothing for hours. So I've been away. The show I've not really been away that long. Really, I'm all over the internet, but I guess in regard to this channel, there's been some snags and speed bumps, hurdles. You ever try to actually do a hurdle? You see, I saw that. I've been seeing that on TV my whole life. People doing hurdles, like on a track, like at the Olympics. But I remember when I was a teenager, and I don't remember. I was not on the track team, but I cannot remember why. I was with some friends on the track, and there were hurdles set up, and those are a lot higher than they look on TV. It's like I don't know how anyone does that because they were like, I was like, this is, you got to like run and jump over like a bunch of these. And they're like, yeah, that's hurdles. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to clear one of these, let alone maintain any sort of momentum to do a number of these consecutively. Um, and so hurdles, they're a lot more difficult than they would appear. Um, Whatever they may be, whether it's a real hurdle, which is more feet off the ground than I thought it was, or just the figurative hurdles that one must contend with, which one must contend throughout life. And I'm not one of these highfalutin um, comedian podcasters who has endless resources. Um, I have actually very finite, very limited resources. Actually, I gotta, I have to ignore calls from debt collectors and just try. I live like a street rat, like Aladdin. I'm stealing bread. My best friend's a monkey. His name's Robbie Goodwin. Robbie said he was going to be here, but then he bailed on me last minute. So it's just me solo, baby. We're doing a solo spooktacular. And the back to the hurdles. So yeah, I think everybody knows my dog died. Well, I had to kill my dog. I had to take my dog to get euthanized. So that's been tough. Uh, dogs, dog becomes a member of the family. 17 years I had this dog, and he's dead now. And so that I've been dealing with the grief that comes with saying goodbye to a beloved pet. And then rest in peace Gizmo. Shout out Gizmo dog, rest in peace. And then also, I might have gotten COVID again, or maybe it was just a cold. I don't know, but there were like a few days there I was really sick, and I'm getting over that now. Now it's just a runny nose. And then but then the big hurdle on the track that we call this podcast is I don't know what's going on with Sal. I didn't realize the importance or or like I guess like the tether that he has to the Buffalo Bills and the ways in which that team can affect his health. But if you know my co-host Sal, if you know him or don't know him, I'll go over it anyway. He's from he's lived in Texas for many years. That's where I met him. But he's from upstate New York. He's from Rochester, you know, so he's a Buffalo. He's in the Bills Mafia. You know, he's dumb, Italian, airheaded, and so as such, he's a Bills Mafia guy. He's doing backflips off the tailgate of a truck into a coffee table in the parking lot. He's sexually assaulting women. You know, that's I guess that's really more of an Italian thing. But he's a big time Bills fan, and so we were supposed to. I guess what he's. I guess we've been gone. He's been gone. He's been out of it for like a. I don't even I don't know when the last time we even did anything was. We were supposed to do something on this last Sunday, and that was the day that the Bills were playing. The Buffalo Bills were playing the Kansas City Chiefs at Kansas City, and so everything was good to go. We talked that morning. We were like, okay, we're gonna do a rambunctious, veritable shindig of a podcast later tonight. And then the Bills lost to the Chiefs, and then I got a text from Sal after that happened that just said we'll have to reschedule. I'm headed to a dark place, and I haven't heard from him since then. So the search for Sal continues. I don't know what Sal is missing. I guess he went into some sort of Bills like Buffalo Bills losing induced a fugue state in Sal in which he's abandoned his family, but even worse and more important, he's abandoned this podcast. And he's run off into the ether, and the search continues. We got authorities monitoring all seismic activity across the American Southwest. We got radar in the ocean to see if we can pick up any of his cries, his songs of sadness that Sal, someone like Sal, tends to sing when they're alone in the ocean. But I guess for now, rest in peace, Sal. Rest in peace, Salbert. Sal Squatch. He's out. He's out of commission, I guess, until I don't know. I don't know what brings him back. Maybe next football season. So sorry about that, folks, but I'm here, and I'm here to keep just running my flapping my lips and not saying much of anything. Which is that's podcasting. It's just the hallmarks of podcasting. Talking about video games you enjoyed when you were a kid. Talking about TV shows you like, movies, what you ate that day, maybe an interaction you had with a clerk of some kind, stuff you saw on Twitter. That's good for podcasting. There's an airplane just crashed into the Roosevelt Mall in Philadelphia. And since it is Philadelphia, I say not enough casualties. But welcome. Thanks everyone for joining us. We're here. This is Cornfed. I haven't done just like a solo thing in a while. I'm a little rusty on these, but it's nice to be able to talk to all y'all. Please give me money. Drew Huntley, $9.99. Pure Imagination song request. Shout out Gizmo, Smuckers, and Sumo Dog. A lot of dead dogs by the end of this journey, as usual. But Willy Wonka, Pure Imagination request. P.S. I'm not a gay guy. I'm cool. Thank you, gay guy. Drew Huntley. Well, folks, I guess we'll go ahead and get on into Corn-Fed Radio 148.8 WKNIGG, the chirp. This is Corn-Fed Radio. This is Drew's, by request, Drew Huntley, Pure Imagination, the Willy Wonka Pure Imagination song. So I think everybody's going to love hearing this through the StreamYard EQ.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I pulled up the Primus version.
Chocolate room.
Yeah, I went to this show.
Come with me and you'll be in the world of your imagination. Take a look and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of my creation. What we'll see will define explanation. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Want to change the world, there's nothing to it. There is no life I know to compare with your imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Want to change the world, there's nothing to it. There is no life I know to compare with your imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be.
Wow. What a rendition of the song from the movie Willy Wonka and Chocolate. I did go to that concert when they were touring that album. I saw them perform the whole album live, and I'm trying to remember. Obviously that was Primus. And I forget who. I think who opened for him. I think it was Mastodon. Open for it was either Mastodon. I went to. There were two. They were like there was a. They toured that album, and then they did another tour the next year. I went to both. And one of the shows, the opener was Mastodon, and then the other show, the opener was Clutch. They were both good. I mean, I enjoyed both tours that I went to, and it was cool to get to see them do that whole soundtrack, their version of it live. What a talented trio there. A talented couple of three boys from whatever fucking meth town. They're from the town. I think they're from the town from Sons of Anarchy. What was that town called? It was like Compassion, California, or some fucking. Remember Sons of Anarchy? It was like some dumb fucking name for the town that they were in, and it was a town of bikers and meth. I think that's where Primus is from. Yes, thank you. Primus sucks. Thank you. I saw something in here. By the way, that video gave me that watching that. I do want to say, you know what's cool? I don't know how life is all about perspective, right? And just keeping a good head on your shoulders and being grateful. And I don't know how like other people measure their success or their own happiness, but I will say I'm carving out a nice little thing here where I'm getting paid money to watch music videos on YouTube, which truly, and a lot of people say this about like the things they do for work that they love, but I really mean this. I would be doing that for free anyway. Like if I wasn't here doing this show right now, taking money to watch music videos on YouTube, I would just be in my like laying down watching music videos on my phone on YouTube. So I think it's a pretty cool time that we live in, full of opportunities where you can achieve success. You can you can generate income doing like literally, I guess, whatever you enjoy. Where you don't even have to like necessarily create or produce anything. You could just be a guy who likes looking at music videos, and then you get paid to do that. So that's pretty cool. But that video definitely made me feel like I was, made my pancreas hurt watching that, because I'm at that point now with my health being in a decline as it is. Oh, that's right. Yes, this is the Billionaire Podcast Network. Ching, bing, 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 bing. Did you fill her up? I gotta dude. I gotta get off my ass. By the way, I got this fucking soundboard, and I was using it when we were running everything through Zoom, and now I'm streaming on a different platform, and I don't know how to get it to fucking work with this platform. I gotta figure this out. Because Lily Abernathy, friend of the show, everybody, be sure to check out her podcast on X and YouTube, X formerly Twitter. Lily Abernathy is a sweet lady, and she sent me this soundboard, and I have not used it in many moons ever since we started, all of us started streaming through this new platform. because I don't know how to get to fucking work with this goddamn. I'm not. It's not. I'm not like a luddite or anything. Like I'm not anti. I'm not like fucking Ted Kaczynski, where I'm just like anti-technology. I just don't. I just don't know how a lot of like computers and shit work that well, and it is hard for me to sit down and learn new computer things. But I need to be flexible. I need to be like willing to put in the work and learn computers and new computer things that are out there. Because I do not want to be one of these people that's when I'm in my 40s and 50s where I just get I don't know how anything works, and then to in lieu of actually learning anything, I just become one of those guys who's just like, oh, I'm old school. No, it's the people. I get so frustrated with that shit. People who are not even like ancient guys, people who are in their 40s and 50s, who are like, I don't do all that. I'm old school. It's like, no, you're fucking lazy. You've given up. You have no drive. You have no ambition, and you want the world around you to cater to your whims and desires. Well, guess what? You're not. You're not wealthy enough or powerful enough to have that fucking attitude. You hear these stories, right? That like Jack White has never owned a cell phone. Because he's fucking Jack White. So he has like the wealth and the influence and comfort that he can just hire people to have cell phones that have phones, and then he gets to not have one. You know what I mean? But it's the people who are parasites on the rest of us who say, oh, I don't have an email. I never got an email address, or I don't have a fucking, I don't use smartphones or whatever. And then we all have to like placate them because you don't want to like be mean or rude or anything. But it's like you fucking learn how to. Honestly, you should have an email by now. You definitely should have an email. Emails have been around so long, it's almost outdated. It's like the people who don't have email still, they somehow just stuck it out long enough that people really aren't even using email that much anymore. But you do need one. You have to have a smartphone. You have to know how the internet. You have to be able to go to websites. I like websites, but there's still just this large contingent of people who absolutely fucking refuse to adapt to the world that we live in now. And that's why I don't care, honestly, if Trump wants to pull all the funding from these public programs and send these people to the fucking fringe of society where they're going to be left to perish. That maybe that should happen because they never met us where we are. Those of us that have had to grow up in this world and exist with it and contend with it, the way that we have, youngsters. Or at least I'm millennial. I don't know what's considered young anymore. But I had to take keyboarding class and I had to learn computers. So I have a baseline understanding. I can maneuver around a computer and a smartphone. But it frustrates me to no end when you got these motherfuckers out there who will just use this broad stroke. I'm old school. It's like, no, you're fucking lazy. You gave up. You refuse to learn new things. There's people that will say that, by the way, in regards to like actual human people. They'll say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, that's for dogs. That's in reference to fucking dogs. So a dog never knew how to type to begin with. You're a person. People are not dogs. And so you can teach an old person new skills. It happens all the time. When I was in college, I was 18 years old at the University of North Texas. I had classmates who were in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. You may not know this. You have to be at least 18, I think, for most colleges, unless you're like Chinese or something. But most, you have to be at least 18, but there's no age maximum for college. You can go to college whenever after you graduate high school. You have to pay, you have to pay for it. You have to get accepted, and then you have to pay thousands of dollars a semester. But if you're willing to do that, you can be like whatever age you want. And so I went, there were people, I went to college with people, there were classmates who were in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, willing to learn, probably more willing than the 18-year-olds, because I think we just wanted to drink and maybe try and have sex with girls, which did not happen for me in college because I am off-putting and awkward and not sexy at all. So I just would get drunk and then not get to have sex, and then also still fail my classes. So I was not doing well. But I had an email address. I've always had one. Thank you, MC Downtrim, $5. Hair's looking nice, Dalton. So thank you. Yes, my hair. I do have a good head of hair. It's one of my great physical features. I'm happy with my hair. My family. I come from a long line of people with hair, and it's nice to maintain a nice, good full head of voluminous head of hair. I don't know if anyone in my family has ever gone bald or even completely grayed. My grandmother, God rest her soul, she died when she was 90. So she lived a good long life. And she never went completely gray, nor did she lose her hair. So, I think I have that to look for. I'll get to be, if I lose weight, I could live to 90, and then I'll get to, have hopefully my children will be around to steal my pain medication as my grandmother's children were there for her. Yeah, I did get bad genetics when it comes to my feet. My grandfather, on my mom's side, the late, not so great Billy-O was his name. I think he was Cuban. I don't know. I never got any confirmation on that. He was raised in like a home for wayward boys in Amarillo, Texas, called the Boys Ranch. And they gave him a Christian Anglo name. They named him Jim. But his birth name was Avilio, which sounds some kind of Mexican or something. And so I heard he was Cuban. I don't know. He was racist, which could mean he's Cuban. I mean, Cubans are pretty racist. Cubans, weirdly enough, identify somehow simultaneously as Latinos and also racist white people. And so that was him, and he was a Navy veteran and he was on disability, and he's dead now. But anyway, he had a like a foot disorder. He had some sort of congenital foot issue that was named after the three doctors who I think the three doctors who discovered this malformation. It's called Charcot Marie Tooth, CMT, Country Music Television. But he had that, and it says here the Google AI overview, which is just fucking bullshit, by the way. I want to take me to the where the actual journal that tells me what this is. Don't try and generate some. It's so fucking stupid. It's so dumb. It's like, dude, these people that talk about like that proselytize the glory of AI, where they're like, oh, you can ask it anything you want and it'll answer or whatever. I'm like, I'm not so dependent upon like my robot servant or the computer that I need to have easily accessible information summarized and then regurgitated by AI. When the fucking I just have to do before AI, you just do a Google search and then click on an article, and there you go. There's the information you're looking for. This AI summary shit for like, it's not peer reviewed, so it's not like part of any journal that I can have any confidence in that this is accurate information. And secondly, is weakening the part of your brain that like, where you go searching for information and actually read things and develop your own perspective and point of view and observations based on that. You're getting everything handed to you by AI, and the information may not even be accurate because it's just an aggregate of just shit from the internet that it generates based on like models that I don't know how they work. But it's really the reason I'm like bitching about this is because anytime you Google something now, instead of the first thing you see being search results, they force you. The first thing you see is AI overview, and that's not, that's not what I'm looking for. I want a peer reviewed study of what it is I'm searching for. So I'm going to Johns Hopkins Medicine to figure out what this is that my granddad had that I might have inherited, and that's why my feet are so deformed. Because he had a thing, it's called Charcot, Charcot. It's French, oui. Marie tooth, Charcot-Marie tooth disease is an inherited nerve problem. It causes abnormalities in the nerves that supply your feet, legs, hands, and arms. It affects both your motor and sensory nerves. Motor nerves carry signals from your brain to your muscles, telling them to move. Sensory nerves carry sensations such as heat, cold, and pain back to your brain. CMT is considered peripheral neuropathy because it affects nerves outside. This is making me nervous. I don't want this. This disease is named after the three healthcare providers who first described the disease in 1886. It is one of the most common types of inherited nerve diseases. Oh, well, that's reassuring. It's almost always genetic. So it says here, okay, yeah. So common symptoms include weakness of your foot and lower leg muscles. And here we go. Foot deformities, including a high arch and bent toes, hammer toes. I got all that. Difficulty lifting your foot while walking, foot drop. Yep. Loss of muscle around your hands and feet. I got that in the feet. Numbness, tingling, burning, or loss of temperature sensation in your hands and feet. Yep. Discomfort or pain in your hands and feet. Got it in the feet. Abnormal curvature of the spine. Scoliosis. No, my spine is, I don't know. I think it's okay. So yeah, I may have inherited that. I don't know. I got the testing done for it because I told the doctor that he was like, is there anything in your family? I told him, well, my granddad had this, and he said, oh, well, that points us in the direction. We might know what we're looking for now because that's very genetic. And he said they did all the nerve tests, and they said I don't have it. He said, no, your feet are just fucked up for whatever reason, but there's a good chance that I probably just have whatever my racist Latino granddad had. And so yeah, I did not get good foot genetics, but the hair is nice. Is a nice consolation to the fucked up feet. I got a good head of hair, but I am fat and unattractive, and I don't brush my teeth. A lot of super chats. $5 from William Allman. Lady, you shot me. Harmar superstar. We're doing songs that are not all good. Yeah, I'll do that. I have not even thought about Harmar superstar in a coon's age. I remember this guy. Yeah, he's that like hideous looking dude who sings all sexy though, even though he's gross looking, kind of like me, but I can't really sing. But yeah, I remember this song. Folks, welcome back to Corn Fed Radios by request from William Allman. And we'll get to there's other super chats here. Chris Thomas, $5. I'm eating croutons out the bag. That's a good snack. Good carb load during the podcast. $20 from Michael Hall. Rest in peace, Gizmo. Thank you. Play I Feel Like Saying In Tonight by Hard Archive. Well, yeah, we'll put a pin in that. $10 from Drew Huntley. Textures by Cynic. Vibe Change Shout Mocha Dog. Yeah, I forgot. Okay, yeah, we'll put a pin in that. We'll get to that one. $2. We'll get to that in a minute. We already did the hair. And then $10 from Robbie's third cousin. Stop beating yourself up and put down the cup. Well, my cup ain't be having no Sprite and codeine or promethazine in it. I actually am drinking a. This is Pepsi Zero Sugar that I got. So I sometimes I like to get Pepsi instead of Coke to change things up a little bit, experience something different. And it's sometimes when you've been drinking 8 Coke Zeros a day for months, it's nice to do a little change up and have 8 Pepsi Zeros in a day. So welcome back to Corn Fed Radio. This is by request from William Allman, "Lady You Shot Me" by Harmar Superstar. This is, I remember this. So this is a good song.
Lady, you shot me. Top of all the tears you brought me. You broke my one rule. You treated me cruel. Now I lay bleeding. It's just your love that I'm needing. What else can I do if you are untrue? I'll get back in line behind the other guy. There's a chance you'll let me back into your heart. Never again apart, and you won't forget me. I don't think I've got the will to take another shot, but your words, they pierce me. All my friends tell me to accept the end, but my mind won't let me. So please tell me now if you think you'll mess.
You know what's funny? I just realized this. It's funny that there's just like an actual real life guy, like an actual real life musician. That's the John Lovitz character from The Wedding Singer. So this is good.
Around, 'cause I know you'll kill me if you still make me a clown. Oh, 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 oh. Lady, you shot me. All the tears you brought me. You broke my one rule now. You treated me cruel now. Now I lay bleeding. It's just a love that I needed. What else can I do now if you are true? Now I lay bleeding. All the tears you brought me. Your love needed. You broke my one rule, yeah. You treated me so cruel. Lady, you shot me. On top of all the tears you brought me. Oh, you broke my one rule, and you treated me so cruel. Oh, yeah, now I lay bleeding. Oh, your love I'm needing. What else can I do now? You are untrue.
Nice. That's good. That's a good song. I like that. I haven't listened to that in years. You know what he look? You know yeah. He's like. You know what he looks like? Is like the there's the John Lovitz character from The Wedding Singer, but he also looks like the actor who looks like Jeffrey Tambor. What's that? You know what I'm talking about? There's the other actor that's not Jeffrey Tambor, but he was in Man on the Moon and Ghost. Vincent something. You know what I'm talking about? Does anybody know the guy I'm talking about? Not Dr. Phil. No. He was the guy. He was the other ghost in Ghost. He's not the Patrick Swayze ghost, but the ghost that teaches Patrick Swayze how to be a ghost. And he looks. He's not Jeffrey Tambor, but he looks like Jeffrey Vincent Schiavelli. Remember this guy? He was in Man on the Moon. He was in Ghost. Look at him. This guy. Hold on. That guy. Remember this guy? Anyway, he's the actor you see in things and you go, oh, that's not Jeffrey Tambor. I thought it was for a second. I get the same thing when I see that one black guy who's not Dave Chappelle. Bokeem Woodbine. You ever see that guy? He was in one of them. He was in one of the season of Fargo with Ted Danson, and I was like watching it like that's not Dave Chappelle, I don't think. But he looks like current, what people would say is the clone of Dave Chappelle. You remember after he got back from Africa and he looked all jacked but his face was bigger. He's black. He's black. Look at it. This guy. He's not Dave Chappelle. But I mean, look at him. Come on. If you see that guy pop up in a TV show, you gotta say to yourself for a second, oh, hold on. No, it's not Dave Chappelle. So that guy. They do all look the same. That is what's funny. It's not funny about black people, actually. You shouldn't say that about black people, Raphael. But I was watching, started watching the new the most recent season. I guess it's still new. The second season of Squid Game, the hit Korean drama on Netflix. And I genuinely was like, as I was watching it, I was like, if these characters weren't like, if they didn't have like different names or if they weren't like if there wasn't anything as far as the dialogue goes to distinguish who these people are, I genuinely would not know who anyone is, because I was watching, I was like, they do all look like the same guy. Like, I'm supposed to feel some emotional response to seeing like this guy and that guy, and I'm like, this is all just like the same guy, I really like this. I'm more of a fan of Octopus Challenge. Yeah, dude. I agree. I think it's a better program. Octopus Challenge is way better than Squid Game. No, Squid Game was cool. I know there was a lot of people bitching about this new season. I don't give a shit. There's so many fucking shows now that's like none of them even disappoint me, because there's just so much shit to watch. I'm just like it just feels like I have a funnel shoved down my throat and my TV is pouring content into it and stuffing me like a foie gras goose. So there's nothing that's ever unsatisfying, nor is anything satisfying either. It's just an endless deluge of shows. That being said, Apple TV Plus is awesome. That's probably that is been a surprise in my television viewing, that Apple TV Plus has come up out of nowhere and proven itself to me to be the best streaming platform. There's a lot of cool stuff on there that nobody knows exists, and the shows I've watched are all great. Granted, I've only watched 2. I got Apple TV so I could watch Severance, and I'm all caught up on Severance. So I was like, well, what else is on here? So they got a show on there with Vince Vaughn. And I was like, Vince Vaughn's awesome. I'm always happy to see him. And the show with Vince Vaughn is also good. They're very different programs, but the Severance is one of those, it's a cryptic, it's a show that forces you to think about things and pay attention. It's a layered levels and all that. But then there's a zany detective mystery show with Vince Vaughn. That's perfect. Turn your brain off television. You just shut your brain off and enjoy Vince Vaughn doing what Vince Vaughn has always done: talk fast and be a wise ass. And that's what I'm tuning in for, and that's it delivers on that front. What do I think of season 2 of Severance so far? I'm enjoying it. I got no complaints, man. I've always enjoyed Adam Scott ever since Hellraiser 4. The redhead is hot. I'd love to sever my dick in her ass, as I've said before. Uh, the heavy set, light skinned fellow, actor's name is Zach Cherry. I've seen him in things before. He's like a character actor. And I think the first thing I ever saw him in was Horace and Pete, the Louis TV play that he did. The TV thing he did. I liked him in that, and he's really putting on a great performance in this show. Um, as Dylan, and then I mean, obviously, of course, John Turturro, the god, the legend Turturro, he's putting on a master class. Christopher Walken, he's great. So I'm enjoying the just as a show, the performances are good. Patricia Arquette, she's great. So I'm enjoying the performances, and then as far as the the character development and the plot and all that's progressing nicely, keeping me guessing. I'm on the edge of my seat, wondering what's going on, what's going to happen. So I'm enjoying the show Severance. The thing with TV is that like just with any TV, to really enjoy TV, you just have to be willing to like turn your brain off. I really honestly with anything. Like the way that I like to watch anything is just like shut my brain off completely as I'm watching something and just experience it in the moment, and then I'll do all my thinking about it later. And I find that I enjoy a lot more stuff that way. Because if I go into something with like where I pull up my big boy college educated britches and I'm like wanting to dissect it as I'm watching it, then that means I'm just like, well, not, I'm just like setting myself up to scrutinize whatever it is I'm watching, and I'm not like in the moment actually enjoying it. Whereas, like, if I can just say, like, just, let this happen, just show me whatever this is, then I have a much better time watching things, and and I'm able to enjoy more things that way. I'm able to like find the enjoyment. That's not to say I enjoy everything. Like there's like some things I just like cannot bring myself. Like the shit that girls watch, like a lot of that reality TV shit, like Real Housewives and Vanderpump, and then all these fucking game shows they got now, like The Voice or whatever. Like you fucking put a bullet in my brain before I watch any of that horse shit. But when it comes to, like scripted television, I can have a good time watching anything as long as I turn off the part of my brain that wants to analyze or make sense of anything and scrutinize it, Uh, and then I'll do all my thinking later. That's like that thing we did with the we did on the Crowder Boys a couple weeks ago, which we're gonna keep. I think we'll continue the our importance of being earnest series, but if you haven't seen it, we did a full like dissection of Slam Dunk Ernest over on the Crowder Boys, and as I was watching the movie, I just hit play and I enjoyed me an Ernest movie. And then after it was over, I was really, I sat there, I was sitting on my thinking stump outside and stroking my chin and really going back over it in my mind the movie I just watched, getting ready to analyze it on the show. So I guess all that's to answer your question. I'm enjoying the second season of Severance. Um, I've seen guys online who I guess are trying to be cool say that the show's like really predictable or it's just more TV slop. I'm enjoying. I don't know. I'm enjoying it, man. Maybe I've just been eating so much slop for so long I don't notice it, but I think the performances are good on it. The writing is good enough that I'm wanting to tune. I want to see what keeps happening, and I think it's like a striking show visually. It's shot cool, and the score is really cool. The score has a sort of like Brian Eno feel to it, like that fucking what's that Brian Eno album? Like music to listen to while you're waiting for your plane or something. You know what I'm talking about? It's a really good album, but it has like this what's the fucking Brian Eno? You all know what I'm talking about? It's called like ambient something. Hold on, let me find it. God damn it, dude, he's recorded a lot of albums. Here it is. Ambient One, Music for Airports, 1977. Anyway, that's what the score of the music in Severance reminds me of. And you know what? There's a lot of a lot of folks nowadays bemoan or deride the what they call Nepo babies now. That's become part of the parlance of the day. Is that the child of someone successful is a Nepo baby who's they have what they have due to nepotism, right? Unfortunately, the children of highly successful, talented people, there's a lot of the times that those kids have inherited whatever it was that made that person talented. You know what I'm saying? And Ben Stiller, definitely has proven himself in that regard. Because I mean, obviously, everybody loves Jerry Stiller. I mean, what a legend! Very funny. Ben Stiller has proven himself to be quite the Renaissance man and multi-talented fellow. He's a very funny actor, but then like the fact that his name is attached to Severance, I think he's like the executive producer and he directs a lot of the episodes. It is like pretty astounding to me as I'm watching it. I'm like, this is fucking like heavyweights. Ben Stiller's doing this. I was like, yeah, um, so that's cool. It's nice to know that not only is the money and the comfort and all that is inherited, it's the talent itself they also inherit. It's really not fair, to that you get to grow up rich and have everything handed to you, and also you're talented and you've proven yourself that you also deserve the success that you have like fucking Elaine, dude, like Julia Louis Dreyfus, Jules. She's like the fucking she's like a billionaire or something. She's like the heir, like she's a billionaire heiress or something. Like her dad is like a French billionaire, I think. And Ben Stiller is great in The Cable Guy. And guess what? He directed The Cable Guy, so he also did a good job making the movie. But yeah, Elaine is like a fucking billionaire, and she is Jewish, so that's a demerit. But she's like, yeah, Julia Louis Dreyfus like has never wanted for anything, but then I guess just like on a lark, she said, "I'll just also be like one of the funniest people of all time," and but I'm also a billionaire, which does like recontextualize a lot of the like interviews you see where she like talks about when she got her first Seinfeld paycheck, and it's like, all right, you didn't need to, it wasn't like you were hurting for that money. I think really the only one of them that was like really hurting for money was Larry. I think Larry desperately needed Seinfeld to work, and then everyone else was like, "Oh no, we'll see what happens." I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that today. That the thing they used to say, the Seinfeld curse. That's like Seinfeld ended, and then there was that thing for a while where they were like, "Oh, the Seinfeld curse! Like none of these people are doing anything good since Seinfeld," and it was really the only people that was ever true for were Jerry himself, and then I think Jason Alexander definitely dropped off, and then I think had Kramer not said the N word publicly, had Michael Richards not publicly called a group of black men the N word, I think he would have gone on to have a big, wonderful, amazing career because he was funny, and like even before Seinfeld, he was great and stuff as the Stanley Spadowski in Weird Al's UHF. He was always like this big, wacky, physical comedic actor. I think had he not had that inward snafu, he probably would have gone to good things. But then Julia Louis Dreyfus went on to make like another acclaimed sitcom. She did Veep. And then Larry obviously made a show even better than Seinfeld. He did Curb, and then even Wayne Knight uh, has had a nice career since then as a character actor, popping up in things. The weirdest thing I saw him in was Wayne Knight Newman. There was this feels like a fever dream. This feels like something I saw that doesn't even exist actually. Because when I tell people about it, no one knows what it doesn't even sound real. But this was a real show. There was a spin off of Doctor Who that aired on the BBC for 2 seasons, called Torchwood, and it was like the adventures of the gay guy from Doctor Who, Captain Jack Harkness, and his team of like the British version of the Men in Black. So it's like him and this team of like British what people who are there to like combat alien threats or whatever. And it was supposed to be like a darker, um, more like action oriented show. It was like a spin off of Doctor Who, but it was still very much like in the same vein as Doctor Who, like kind of made for public, the BBC TV. Um, so very much like something that was still safe, I guess, in some way, even though he was gay. So he'd be kissing dudes. But then, so that they did like 2 seasons of that. That's over. And then they announced, and then there was one day they announced that the Torchwood was going to come back for like this one special season called Miracle Day that airs on. It was I remember when they were um running ads for it. As it was about to come out, it was going to air on Stars. So now it's moved from the BBC to like premium cable. There's going to be this like whatever special season of this Doctor Who spinoff called Torchwood Miracle Day, which is like tonally like a drastic shift from Doctor Who for sure, but also from the other Torchwood shows they'd already done, because now it's on premium cable, so they can do cuss words and they can show him do like having gay sex. But like the premise of the show is that like Bill Pullman is a pedophile or something. Like he raped and killed like a little girl, the Bill Pullman character, and so he's on death row. And it's like as he's getting the lethal injection, some fucking Doctor Who shit happens on Earth where. You got to go back. The main homosexual guy who's for some reason American, but it's a British show, Captain Jack. He's immortal because of some fucking shit that happened in the first season or the whatever the fucking season of Doctor Who was that came out in 2005. He became immortal. And he's been immortal since then. So then whatever this fucking Torchwood show was on Stars, Bill Pullman's a pedophile. He raped and killed a girl. He's getting a lethal injection. And then as he's getting executed, some fucking Doctor Who shit happens where everybody on Earth becomes immortal, and then Captain Jack is the only person who's mortal now. So they like switch, you know. And so then they do the injection, and the Bill Pullman, the rapist, pedophile, killer, lives through his execution, and then Captain Jack is, discovers he's mortal now, but everybody else is immortal. And then like for some reason he has a lot of gay sex, and they got to figure out how do we fix this because people are immortal, but they still get sick and accidents happen, and so nobody's dying, and it's a whole bit problem. Anyway, Newman was in that season of that show, and it was just a weird, just an odd appearance, to see Newman in this show about gay sex and pedophile Bill Pullman. And then I guess something happens where like Newman gets burned alive, but he's still alive because everybody's immortal, and then like I remember like somehow at the end of the show, Bill Pullman, his character, who I must reiterate, it's been established he is a pedophile who killed a child, is the one who like saves the day at the end of the show. And I don't know, at some point, I guess in like a flashback to Captain Jack having gay sex, he does make mention of Doctor Who, but then that's like the only connection the show offers to the Doctor Who stuff, because like the show itself is that season was so tonally inconsistent with anything that had ever existed as far as Doctor Who goes. I was like, well, this isn't like, the child friend that all ages like romp through space and time that Doctor Who is. This is like, a guy having pretty explicit, rough, unprotected gay sex with other men, and Bill Pullman is a pedophile, and Newman's there. And I think I might have been the only person that watched this, because I've like mentioned this to people before, and they go, there's no way this is real. No, that was a real season of TV. They brought Torchwood back for Stars channel, and they made one of the most bizarre and honestly not good seasons of TV. I mean, it's far and away better than the last like 5 seasons of Doctor Who, but that's a show for children anyway. That's a children's TV show. People need to grow up. They need to stop giving a shit what's going on kids' TV shows. People be complaining about this fucking. They made the lizard on the this new Spider-Man cartoon's like a girl now, and there's grown like men being like, "Oh, look at this," the woke mind virus or whatever. I'm like, I don't care what a Spider-Man cartoon does. It's not even. I'm not gonna. I might watch it, to be honest with you, but at the end of the day. I don't possess the, I don't know. I'm an adult, so like I don't care what they're doing in a cartoon, or what any superhero decisions are made by any company. I am not going to, I just cannot get upset about any of that. I only have so much emotional bandwidth, and most of that is reserved for my nightmare of a financial situation that I have to live with. So by the time I get around to watching a Spider-Man cartoon, the Dr. Kirk Connors is now Dr. Cassandra Connors or whatever. She's a fucking lady. Who gives a shit? Synchrony Bank is calling me, so I owe them money. What else was this? What else do we have? Oh, yeah, Michael Hall gave me $20. He said, play I Feel Like Saying In Tonight by Hard Archive. Okay. What is it? Okay, this looks nice. This looks good. Okay, guys, we're going back into Corn-Fed Radio 148.8 WKNIGG, the NIG. This is by request. I feel like saying "In Tonight" by Hard Archive, requested by Michael Hall, friend of the show. Oh, there we go.
They tell me there's words that I can't say. All the stupid rules are fucking gay. I'm listening to my favorite rap song, and I just wanna sing along, nigga. I feel like saying nigga today. Oh yeah. I feel like saying nigga tonight. Alright, but when I'm by myself driving in my car, I say nigga with a hard R. Oh, fuck yeah. I don't care if you get your feelings hurt. Your reaction to the word is worse. I'm just trying to celebrate black art. Now please step away from my car, nigga. I feel like saying nigga today. Oh yeah. I feel like saying nigga tonight. Alright. But when I'm by myself driving in my car, I say nigga with a hard R. Oh, fuck yeah. I sing the N-word every time I hear it. Don't blame me, I didn't write the lyrics. I'm not a hater, I just love rap songs. Please just let me sing along, nigga. I feel like saying nigga today. Oh yeah. I feel like saying nigga tonight. Alright. But when I'm by myself driving in my car, I say nigga with a hard R. Oh, fuck yeah. I feel like saying nigga today. Oh yeah. I feel like saying nigga tonight. Alright. But when I'm by myself driving in my car, I say nigga with a hard R. Oh fuck yeah. I feel like saying nigga today. Oh yeah. I feel like saying nigga tonight. Alright. But when I'm by myself driving in my car, I say nigga with a hard R.
Wow. I really enjoyed that. I like that. That does one of my favorite things, which is put in a lot of effort for something unbelievably stupid. That's one of my favorite things anyone can do is expend a lot of effort and talent for one of the dumbest things anyone's ever done. So I enjoyed that. That was actually that was very catchy. That was good. What is this? Oh yeah, this we gotta go. Let's circle back to this. Gingerbread Stud, give me $2. He said recommended coin for someone with 200 to invest. Man, I don't know if I'm the guy to talk to about that, dude. I have made and lost like any profits I made are gone at this point because I don't know. Like I'm the meme market is a fickle beast. People hate hearing about this shit too, so they get sick of hearing about crypto. So like, safest thing you can probably do. This is not financial advice. It's just like, look into like the actual utility cryptos that exist. Like, Bitcoin is very safe, seemingly. But if you're looking for like gains, like if you're looking for what's something that's like still very low in cost that could go up a lot, I'm bullish on XRP. I've been in on XRP for my average cost is like $1.57. It's over $3 now, so I'm up like 4 grand on that one, and so I'm just holding that. Like I got that on my cold storage wallet. So like investing in crypto is also like having to buy a bunch of fucking gizmos and gadgets. So you I guess like to keep your shit protected away from the prying hands of hackers or unscrupulous exchanges, you'll want to shill out another $150 for a Ledger. I have the Ledger Nano X, the one that works with the iPhone. I mean, do your own research, figure out which. There's so many different pieces of hardware you can get. But yeah, I just have like I got like 2,249 XRPs on there. I'm giving away too much. I shouldn't be giving away all this information. I'm just saying your safest option would be to like buy like a utility and just sit on it for 6 months. If you want to get into memes, that's a great way to lose money. I recently lost $30 on the Cash Me Outside Girls meme coin, so I'm probably not the best guy to ask about like money stuff. Considering I immediately put money into the when I saw that it was live, the Cash Me Outside Girls meme coin. So that would be, I guess, if you're as far as coins go, crypto. I guess I like XRP. And then if you want to go even more speculative, like what's still under $1, XLM, Algorand, H bar. I've heard are all good. I don't have any of those. And if you want to go into meme coins, I don't know. I'm making money on something right now called Black History Month. I put $40 into BHM Black History Month earlier today, and now it's at $105.93. So I'm up like $65 on that one. So that's cool. All my other memes are hemorrhaging money. So this is not financial advice. Don't come to me asking about money because I'm astoundingly bad with it. A fool is quick to part with his money, and I am but a fool. So I guess really to sincerely answer your question, do your own research, look into utilities like utility cryptos. And the one that I like is XRP in terms of where it's the price it's at currently and the potential it has. There's a lot of potential gains because Bitcoin seems like stable, it seems safe, but it's already Bitcoin's already so high in price that's like like when your dad would say like, yeah, just buy gold or whatever, where it's like, yeah, and then like you buy an ounce of gold and then in 30 years you made like $400. you know so that's what I would say. I'm more than anything, not financial advice. Do your own research. This is demonstrably not true. Katie said, I heard the saying today, there are no chicks with dicks, only dudes with tits, and I just feel like that made a lot of sense. Yeah, Katie, join us in the 21st century because there are definitely chicks with dicks. I've seen them on the internet. There's nothing masculine about them, not even their penis and testicles. It looks like a girl's. I don't know how to describe it. By the way, that is a line from the movie Ted, which is, by the way, a line written by a closeted homosexual man, Seth MacFarlane. So take that with a grain of salt. But no, if you look at a trans woman, who's put in the work, who's spent all the money and done all the things to become a woman. If you look at her penis and testicles, that's not a man. That does not look like a man's dick and balls. I don't know how to describe it. Just something you gotta see for yourself and jack off to for yourself. What else do we have? Oh yeah, there's another song request by Drew. Oh, this is nice. I like this. Robbie's third cousin gave me $10 to say that Pepsi Zero Cherries and Cream is semi-permanent, so expected to last a year with an option to go longer. if sales are there. So far, they are not. It is good. The Pepsi Cherries and Cream is a very tasty soda. Yeah, I love it. Here's the thing with like new sodas that they do like that. It's not. I don't know if I would put it in the category of everyday soda. You know, Pepsi Zero, I could do everyday Coke Zero, everyday Dr Pepper Zero. These are everyday drinks. The cherries and cream is like a fun novelty. It's very tasty. I don't know if it's some, I don't know what I want to drink 8 in a day the same that I do with like Coke Zero or Pepsi Zero. I don't know, you know. But it is really good. It's tasty. It tastes like like a cherry pie a la mode, a little scoop of ice cream there. But with none of the calorie, none of the sugar, none of the calories, so you can drink, 8 or 9 of them, in a sitting. Pepsi's cool. It's cool that there's like another like a like an alternative to Coca Cola that tastes funny. It's like I don't I never this is the Jesus Christ. This is like an old hack bit, but like when you go to a restaurant and they go, "Is Pepsi okay?" It's never not been okay. It's always just been like a curiosity, like why would you like why is it Pepsi? Why is that all you have? And I guess it's like I don't know. They worked out a deal. I guess like they got the best deal with Pepsi as far as like soda distribution. So I guess for me, it's just always been more of a like, how did this happen? Like, why is it that the only cola you have is Pepsi? But it's never not been okay. I'm fine with it, but it's certainly not Coca Cola. It definitely tastes like Pepsi. I don't know how to describe the flavor though, because there's no analog in nature. So it's just cola. Like that's the flavor. It's cola, I guess. But there's nothing natural to compare it to. I can just like compare it to other colas. So Pepsi tastes like Pepsi and Coke tastes like Coke. RC tastes like RC, and hey, I'll have an RC. Well, honestly, like RC has like way more sugar than I think either of them, and um but I mean I've enjoyed an RC or two in the past. So I haven't had an RC in a long time, but I mean yeah, RC ain't that bad. Shit, man. I mean, I'll drink a fucking Great Value. I'll drink a generic. I just like soda. Like at the end, like, I have my preference. Like I know, like what I prefer would be like Coke. The top two would be Coke Zero or Pepsi Zero. But more than anything, I love soda. So just like whatever soda's around, I'll drink it. You know what I mean? Obviously, I drink water. Also, you gotta drink water. Gotta stay hydrated. But I love soda more than anything, and sweet tea. But I gotta cut out the sugar, man. That's what's killing me. I'm pretty sure I'm either pre or currently diabetic because like I'm at that like if I don't eat like a ton of sugar throughout the day, I'm fine. But I have this thing now where like if I do have like a sweet treat, like last night I had some banana bread and then just like immediately was glued to my mattress. Like I passed out pretty hard and had trouble waking up for work today because of I think it was because the banana bread like um spiked my pancreas or something like. I think I have diabetes, man. I might have the sugar, what the blacks call the sugar diabetes, the one you get from being fat and eating unhealthy. So like if I have like a piece of cake or banana bread or some chocolate or chocolate milk or whatever it is, I'm like immediately asleep. And but it's not like a refreshing sleep. Like I wake up 14 hours later, still tired, and like with no energy or anything. Like I feel like I got hit by a truck. So I try to cut out the sweets. And by the way, some people in the chat are saying I need to cut out the soda. The soda is zero. Okay, sugar free. It's a zero variety. So That's actually healthy. That's a health tonic. Is Coke Zero. That's rejuvenating and revitalizing, and it's actually good for you. Is Coke Zero and Pepsi Zero. So doctor's orders. He says I actually should drink more diet soda. Sparkling water is awesome, and seltzer. Seltzer is just carbonated water, really. But sparkling water, especially like a good sparkling mineral water, is amazing. San Pellegrino, Saratoga, Topo Chico, Mineragua. Um, what are some others? Gerolsteiner might be my favorite. But I love a good sparkling mineral water for sure. Um, the flavors are very nuanced. It's water, so like what kind of flavor can it have? But there's a what's called total dissolved solids (TDS) in any mineral water. So you have like a different kind of like minerals in each one that gives each its own flavor profile. And so like if you get an actual mineral water, there are like differences in taste, and the flavor can be can be fun. It's a fun day is just drinking different sparkling waters. I don't know. I like them. I mean, I've heard people say they're gross, but it's just it's spark bubbly water. It's actually probably one of the most healthy things you could drink. Um, but you gotta know what to look for because Lacroix is gross because that's not a mineral water. That's just purified water that's been carbonated, so that sucks. And then any of the flavored stuff sucks. Like these fucking black cherry, raspberry, whatever's. Those are terrible. Um, but if you get like an actual sparkling mineral water, San Pellegrino, Perrier, Saratoga, Topo Chico, Mineragua, um, Gerolsteiner, Borsic. These are all good. Good Voss, Rich Voss. Seek those out, and maybe that'll change if you don't like sparkling water. Maybe that'll change. I don't know. Oh no, Katie says she went to Germany, so that's actually where they are. That's where Gerolsteiner comes from. So yeah, it is water with gas. It is true. I mean, I think that's like in Europe. I've heard they drink that more than anything. Is just sparkling water, which would drive me nuts. Like if it's a hot summer day and I just want a cold glass of water, somebody brings me a fucking glass, a glass of seltzer. I'm like, yo, dog, this is not the effect that I want right now. I want a cold glass of water, not fucking, you know, the sting of sparkling water. You know, you know what is good if you mix a beer with some tomato juice. That's a pretty good drink. It's called a michelada. You can buy them pre-made. Those are not that good. They're too sweet and they taste like like what anything pre-made. But you take you a nice little like a Modelo and mix that with a little tomato juice and a dash of tahini, and some lime. That's a very tasty drink. I don't drink anymore, but go ahead if you do drink, go ahead and try that. Make it a michelada, a little beer, a little tomato juice, lime juice, tahini. It's tasty, it's healthy, it's good for you. Good serving of vegetables. And it gets you drunk, which is the best part. Would a Dos Equis Amber be good in it? Yeah, I think so. I mean, it would not be my recommendation. I wouldn't go with the Amber. Like a regular Dos Equis, I think would probably be a better choice, but the Amber would be fine. Sure. Dos Equis Amber, a little tomato juice, lime juice, some tahini. Shit, man, I used to even drink the pre-made ones a lot. I go to the store and buy the Modelo canned michelada or the Bud Light michelada. They come in the tall boys. That was usually my hair of the dog. So, like, if I woke up extremely hungover, I'd walk to the convenience store, buy two tall boys of micheladas, drink those, catch a buzz, go buy more alcohol, and get drunk again, and then wake up the day after that with an even worse hangover. And so now I don't drink I don't drink anymore now. I haven't had a sip of alcohol in, I don't know, like 2 or 3 years. I don't know. It was not due to any concerted effort to be sober. It was just literally like a doctor said, you have to quit drinking. You have to stop substances completely. He said coffee's fine, nicotine's fine. If you're going to do anything, but anything like extreme, like very mind altering alcohol, marijuana, mushrooms, LSD, don't do those. I did get ketamine infusions, which helped me come out of a bad work through some stuff. Oh, nice. Pandatron. By the way, me and Pandatron be doing something on the Patreon for this channel. Patreon.com/cornfed with Dalton Pruitt. We haven't met in a couple weeks because my dog died. A lot of stuff's been going on, but we got Bamboo Fed going over there. So be sure to subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/cornfed with Dalton Pruitt. Patreon is giving me $4 out of the Patreon money. Oh, Sally boy, wherefore art thou? Sal is, Sal has a family and 2 jobs, and the Bills lost to the Chiefs. So, it may not be till after the Super Bowl that we see him starting to get over turn the corner on this one. Because I think they had to check him into a facility once the Bills lost. Oh, nice. $2 from Hachi Mishima. How about my neighbor Turturro? I did post that on Twitter actually already. I put John Turturro's face on the Totoro on the cover and then changed it to my neighbor Turturro, and it got like 6 likes. But, hey, great minds. King of the Iron Fist. Great minds. And he is amazing in Severance. He is aging very well, and as an actor, delivering a really great performance on the show. Are we talking about Nosferatu tomorrow? I don't know. Oh no, I think that's on Sunday night. I don't know. I think he just named it. I don't know I haven't seen it yet. I don't think I've seen any of. I've seen Shadow of the Vampire, the one that's like the meta thing where John Malkovich plays F.W. Murnau, and they're going to film the movie Nosferatu, and it turns out the actor Max Schreck is actually a vampire, and he's played by Willem Dafoe in that movie, the vampire. Which in the new one, Willem Dafoe is in the new one, but he plays a different character. So that's a cool movie, Shadow of the Vampire. But I don't think I've ever seen any of the actual Nosferatu movies. Shadow of the Colossus is awesome. That's also good. Yeah, you've never seen Shadow of the Vampire? Yeah, it's a movie, came out in like 2000, and let me see who made it. Is it good? I don't know. I haven't seen it in a long time. I remember it being very good. Directed by E. Elias Murhage and written by Stephen Katz. Early life. Produced by Nicolas Cage and starring John Malkovich, Willem Dafoe, Carrie Elways, John Aiden Gillette. Don't know who that is. Eddie Izzard. Who I think is now like Susan or something. Ooh, Udo Kier. I like him. The fuck has he been in? He's like that creepy. He's a creepy looking guy. Anyway. So, no, yeah. Shadow of the Vampire is cool. It's John Malkovich plays F.W. Murnau. They're going to go make Nosferatu. And he's like, I found this guy, Max Schreck. He's going to be the vampire. We got to go to the fucking place he lives to shoot the movie. And come to find out, Max Shrek, played by Willem Dafoe in the movie, is actually a vampire. Um, and which now is a problem for the film crew shooting Nosferatu. So that's a cool movie. Check that out. Now, there's a new Nosferatu that I haven't seen, nor have I seen the Herzog movie or the actual movie by F.W. Murnau. Oh yeah, hold on. Drew asked for something. Textures by Cynic. Is this that fucking? Hold on. I think have I heard of this band before? Yeah. Oh man, dude, this is some dork ass music, man. I've listened to this album before. Yeah, this is like fucking like math metal or some shit. All right, well, folks, going back into Corn Fed Radio. This is by request from Drew Huntley. I'm driving Wee. Shout out Mocha Dog. Shout out Suma Dog. Textures by Cynic. Math metal. I don't know, math rock. What is it called? Good point. Wow. Good rock and roll music. So that was Textures by Cynic. So I closed out my position in that. Oh, oh. I closed out my position in that Black History Month meme coin. So I flipped $40 into $124, and then I put $35 into the Rizzler meme coin. Yeah, so that's my retirement plan. Thank you for the God bless using Gazoon tights. That song we just listened to was boring to me. But I like Drew. Drew's a good guy. He's a friend of the show, and I'm glad he likes it. I would never listen to that on my own. Um, what is this? Wait, can we get John Redcorn by Sir? What's that? Um, the character from King of the Hill. I need to write. I need to create a sitcom that can run for several seasons. But I don't write nothing. I don't even fucking read anymore. I don't do anything productive. I just work in a call center. Somebody tried to fucking pay me with food stamps today. I was talking to some guy and he was like, "Do you guys take food stamps?" I was like, "No, no." He's like, "Well, it's money." I was like, "For food?" I'm like, "Come on, man." It's money for food, not what I'm trying to sell you. But it's pretty wild. Like I was raised in a household where it was deemed like just like you should have like self respect and not like it's what's the word I'm looking for? Just tacky to ask for handouts or beg people for things or try to you know I guess I was raised in a very honorable house, and it's always like amazing to me to talk to like adults, people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever, who just have none of that, who are just like you know coming to you with their hands cupped, like begging or trying to weasel their way into something. You know what I mean? Like to be talking to somebody like a grown man in his 40s saying, "Can I pay you with food stamps?" I'm like, "Man, I've been broke a lot in my life. I would never even consider asking anyone the question you just asked me. Like, if I'm on food stamps, I'll go to a grocery store and pay with food stamps. I would not like try and pay for other things with food stamps in a desperate attempt to not have to actually pay my fucking bill. Um, and just out of a sense of like that's embarrassing. It's just like such a like unmanly thing to do. But I mean, there's like so many people out there who just don't even they've lived that way for so long they don't even like think about how just like on the fringe their existence is. That like their behavior and the way they conduct their lives is like so unbecoming to literally the rest of the world. Just as long as they can, I don't know, continue to scrape and scrape by to survive. I don't know. I don't get it. You know, I've certainly done a lot of things I'm not proud of, but like the person I am now, like if I don't have the money for something, I don't get to have that whatever that thing is right now. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna like try and like weasel my way into obtaining what it is I want. I'll just be like, all right, I guess I just need to work more or something. I'm gonna fucking try and do like schemes and scams, pay for fucking consumer electronics with food stamps. Um. So what is this? This guy asks you, what you want a tier list of things I'm not proud of? No, I'm not doing that. I think some things I should keep to myself, and I'll just say that I've done a lot that I'm not happy about. You know, there's a lot that I've done I'm not just not proud of with my. You know, I'm not happy with myself. That's that's all I gotta say about that. So wait, what is this? John, this guy's for John Redcorn by Sir. Cornfed Radio, 148.8 WKNIGG, the NIG. Chirp.
Alone, every night alone. Why am I alone? I know that you want me to. Am I wrong? Tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me I deserve all the pain that you put me through. I really hate that I give a fuck. Pressing my line, I don't wanna pick up. We know enough will never be enough. I play hard to get, she keep calling my bluff. Baby diving deeper and deeper. She don't believe me when I tell her that I need her. Guess I should've stayed where I belong. Cause once you make it back to your happy home, I'm alone, every night alone. Why am I alone? I know that you want me to. Am I wrong? Tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me I deserve all the pain that you put me through. You don't have to bring me good news, babe.
Well, I need to address something. So this guy's asking, how can they tell that Joseph is obviously not Dale's son? Well, everybody on King of the Hill knows that Joseph is John Redcorn's son, except for Dale and Peggy. And Peggy finds out one day and she wants to tell Dale, and then everybody has to stop her because everybody's already decided that it's better for everyone if Dale just gets to be happy and clueless. So everybody on the show is aware of the infidelity that from Nancy Hicks Gribble, that she's been cheating. Oh, and this. Oh, you mean in the music video? Oh, I don't know. I think this is a black guy who fundamentally misunderstands King of the Hill.
I just wanna be the one you choose today. Dream girl got me losing sleep. Baby, you remind me of my dream. Maybe I'd be better on the run. Double vision playing all week. Feels like a game of survival. Why am I dying for a title? Is it even worth the fight? When I just end up alone, every night alone. Why am I alone? I don't know that you want me to. Am I wrong? Tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me I deserve all the pain that you put me through. You don't have to bring me good news, babe. I just wanna be the one you choose, babe. You don't have to bring me good news, babe. I just just wanna be the one to choose me. You girl got me baby, you remind me of my tree. Baby, I be better on the run. Double vision playing all week.
Martin Luther, King of the Hill. I didn't like that song, but I'm glad that I'm glad that y'all like that somebody likes it. That's the thing about when people make things, it's good that somebody likes the things that somebody makes. Right? I'm sure there's people who would tune into who would see this podcast and say, "What the fuck? This fucking sucks." Whatever he's doing, but then there's other people who go, "I like Dalton." That means the world to me. I just farted. So the Patreon is patreon.com/cornfed with Dalton Pruitt. And so I'm back on track. I gotta update all the audio feeds for everything, and then I'll find Sal. Pat says, "I feel like that was hard to not like. Can you elaborate?" Yeah, black people. That's a sufficient answer. But I gotta find Sal, but I'll be here. And so subscribe to Patreon. There's gonna be a big spooktacular on the Patreon soon. And then obviously the Crowder Boys every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then everything I do on this channel. Tomorrow's Saturday, so me and Dave will be here to read the Bible and talk about crypto. And then there was that one week a while back where I was doing like a stream every day. I was just like going over the news of the day. I'll probably start doing that again. I'll bring back the what should I call it? It's the corn. I think it'll be the Corn-Fed News Chronicle. And so I'll stream every day, beg for money, go over the news, riff on the news, whatever it is I'm doing. No, I do, but more than anything, please subscribe to Patreon. Please give me money. Patreon.com/cornfed with Dalton Pruitt. I'm gonna post something there soon. There'll be an extra special premium that make it all worth your while if you're subscribed, or if you are new, if you've been subscribed, or if you become a new subscriber. The Patreon's gonna be popping. But no, I like black people. So that's not the reason that song. I don't know. It just didn't really connect with me. I don't know. I don't smoke fucking weed or drink lean, or I'm not like a fucking chill vibes, like whatever that was kind of music. I like I gotta be honest with you, man. I do like white people music. I don't know what to say. So did y'all see that? I mean, it was like it didn't make any sense why why this decision was made. But there's some fucking this like anime coming out for the Devil May Cry. So it's like an anime based on the video game series Devil May Cry, and the trailer they uses like a like anime shit happening, and the song that plays over it is "Rollin'" by Limp Bizkit, which doesn't line up with like the whole deal with Devil May Cry. Like Devil May Cry never struck me as like a new metal video game series. Definitely like it has the style of like maybe hard rock, or I would say it's more, if we're going like music from that era, it's more in line with like Deftones, like Sex rock, but the choice for to feature Limp Bizkit in that trailer didn't really make any sense to me for what that series is, which is about like a demon with a sword fighting like the devil or something, and they're playing Limp Bizkit. But it did get me excited. It did, it ignited my white heart and got me pumped. The show will probably be a big piece of shit, as are many things on Netflix. But that trailer, it was just cool that the, somebody involved with the production of that show that made it through, and they were like, "Yeah, this is good. We're gonna do Limp Bizkit for the trailer." Because everything is cyclical, so Limp Bizkit's coming back around in the zeitgeist. Limp Bizkit has gone through the life cycle that you've seen with other bands, where they're the most popular band in the world, and then they fall out of favor, and everybody decides that they suck. So everybody, the band that's sold more albums than anybody for however many years, suddenly everybody agrees that they're the worst band of all time. And it's like, nobody thought this in 1997, so somebody's fucking lying. Like when everybody's saying Limp Bizkit sucks, it's like, well, some of you are fucking lying, because everybody bought those albums when they came out. It's just, now they just had the band has had their moment, and now that's over. But you just can't unilaterally say that they fucking suck. It's just, everything moves fast, But then it starts to, and so then part of that life cycle is everybody says they suck, and then this thing starts happening where people start to ironically listen to Limp Bizkit again. But then it turns out that that's actually a more sincere revisiting of their music. And so it goes from an ironic, like, oh, isn't it funny that I'm listening to Limp Bizkit, to then they say, oh, actually, this music rocks, to now it's full circle. And now everybody says, oh, Limp Bizkit's awesome. They've always been great. And now it's, they're putting their songs in trailers for stuff. Fred Durst was in that whatever that fucking trans movie that just came out that I haven't seen yet. Not Amelia Perez. I saw the TV Glow, which is being met with a lot of acclaim. I still have not seen it, but even Low Res said it was good, and he's like a snob for he's very discerning when it comes to movies, and but he says it's actually a very good movie. Regardless of the I suppose heavy-handed trans messaging allegory or whatever's in. I don't know that actor in it. I have not enjoyed him in much of anything I've seen him in. He was good in that Dungeons and Dragons movie, I guess. My point is, Fred Durst was in the movie, so everybody loves Limp Bizkit again. LIMP Biscuit is here. Thank you, Zzz. 5 gifted 5 Cornfield Don't Print memberships. There you go, folks. Hey, if you got those memberships, you get access to a whole bevy of perks. A bevy of perks. Okay, so I think I'm done. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Please subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/Cornfield Dalton Pruitt. I gotta figure out where Sal is, so he'll be back soon. Hopefully, the search continues, and I'll see you around. I love you. Thank you. Please be safe. Good night. End the stream.